We are back at, what did you call this? Rusty's Garage. And we know a little bit about Rusty. He was into slightly unscrupulous things, not terrible. We did find some things in here unscrupulous. We didn't even show them on camera, obviously. And he had tools. And Rusty, that's not his real name, by the way.
Right.
The name we're giving him. Rusty used his tools very, very well.
And they're very rusty.
And they're very rusty, and they're well worn, and that's what we got going on. He also kept everything, like absolutely everything. Now some of these have been actually pretty good. I did find some SK ones, no snap on or anything, but see this right here? What is that? Master mechanic, you got all types of stuff in there that's not worth a whole bunch. Remember, we did pay $1,900 for Rusty's Garage, and this guy right here, that's actually pretty nice. This is a 4, see that? Solus. And then you're gonna go ahead and type that model number in, 9453-13019. This is a stainless steel prop. Now it does have some damage right here, some wrinkling. He hit a rock. Rusty. Check this big boy out. We're gonna bring her outside. There is an issue with this also. It doesn't open. Calm it down there, buddy.
Give me a heart attack.
Hey, look. So this is broke. And I'm not understanding. We'll fold all the way down? Okay, well that's nice. So we do have some things in here if you take a look. You have a snap-on air cutter. It's actually pretty nice. That's not bad. We don't have a lot of air tools. Then you have a little guy here. This is those, like a cutoff wheel. It's pretty good. Probably some money's in there. These are always good to have. That's why I think that he was a mechanic possibly, because a lot of people don't have those that aren't mechanics. Here's another one of the cutters, but not near as nice as the snap-on. Probably works. He probably wore that snap-on one out. Had a lot of flares for some reason. Another snap-on air ratchet, which this one's probably worth 30 bucks, 40 bucks, maybe a little bit more. It's an older one. Mac Tools air ratchet. A lot of people are going to battery, so these aren't near as expensive as they were a while back. These are just bah, 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 bah. Not a machine gun or anything like that. That's just an air ratchet. Then you have another one here. They're probably worth 20 bucks a piece, if that. Then you do have this guy. That's the Noisy Cricket. Actually, it was just called the Cricket. I think I put the noisy part in that one. Then huge, I mean just beat to death sockets. Like, Parks is actually a really good brand. And that's what you got going up here. You do have a rapid charger. We actually use Milwaukee's. So we'll go ahead and keep this. And guess what? Dad uses DeWalt. So if he needs one of those, he can have that. And then you do have just really old school. I mean, this one's worthless because it doesn't have the torque on it. And then you have a very small torque wrench here, which is not that bad. It's a little guy for little spaces. So that's actually probably worth $15. Now the issue lies with this. Go push it down. Yeah, I think that locks it, and when it comes up, it should unlock itself. Okay, that one came out. See what we got in here. Hasn't been opened in 55,000 years. You got pullers, just a lot of different pullers. That one's broke. These are they're like big puller things. You clamp them around stuff, and it pulls stuff off of it. This one is bent. He was pulling a lot there. That one is another type of puller. Just your random car part puller things. Really got to get into it. All right. Some of this stuff we'll actually keep because we did keep the drill press for the shop. I'm not seeing any type of really good. Some of these can be worth a ton of money, and this is not one of them. Shockproof. That's a lie. We found out that you are not the father because you have a big, you got a big crack in your thing. You know what I'm saying? Got some other drill bits here. So not a whole bunch in this. The toolbox itself is pretty much trash. Oh, it has, wait a second. Well, how would you, it's got little clips that are holding it in. It's weird. This is to test stuff, like electrical stuff, to see if there's currents going through it. This is what you don't want to see in toolboxes. Okay, we got some compression testing stuff here. What is that? Ultra black gasket maker. It's good to have, actually. If you blow a gasket, go ahead and beep, bop, boop. Good to go. These are for something, PSI. It looks like to me that they are for AC stuff for cars. Then you have a compression gauge test from OEM, which actually is not a bad little brand. We should be just a gauge in here. Yep. And then that goes into your spark plug hole, and then you do that. I think I have one. If not, I'll keep that. I know Dad had one, and I basically stole all his tools over the course of the years. He always calls me and says, "Where's this tool at?" "Oh, I got that, Dad. That's not mine." Little thing right there, that's for probably pulling something. This is a Bosch scan tool for Ford Lincoln Mercury OB1 Kenobi 1 scanner. That's pretty old right there. These aren't worth a whole bunch anymore. I'll look up the Bosch brand because Bosch is a good brand, but I still don't understand the, oh, got it. There's a little button right here. All right, well now I understand. Like when I bid on this, I would not have thought, this is a true storage unit here, because you would never think it's just tiny little wrapped wires. Like this is, there's nothing in here worth money.
Yeah, looking at this, I would have thought that it would be full of tools.
Yeah, you would think it would be full of tools, considering the fact that that it was supposed to be full of tools, really. Like, hey, you're supposed to be full of tools. Down here is just, what is that? Like just little individually wrapped tiny little straps. Rusty, you crazy, buddy. that's, and then like this is, you know, Rusty might have been a grandfather because that's what they did. They put stuff in. Oh, is this Duke's mayonnaise?
That is Duke's mayonnaise.
It's Duke's mayonnaise, man. He was not a Miracle Whip guy. You know? Which one's better? Wheels? We got them. There's one little power tool, I think, in here. What is that? A DeWalt flashlight. The one thing you don't want to see because they never work. Huh. All right. Well, if you gander at everything, that's really about it. I mean, there's not much. That's plugs to boats. What do you got in here? All right. What do you got in here, Rusty? Nothing.
What's that? What's that gold thing?
It's a knob.
Thing. Oh.
And then these are just hangers for. Huh. Well, there you have it. Really disappointed in that. I mean, there might be a couple $100 in tools, but that's really about it. This right here, you know there's not Clorox in here, right? Just tiny, just little insulator things for wires that came off cars.
Well, he had enough of them if he needed them.
He said, listen, you need a wire thingamajiggy? I got you covered. All right, this I think that you're going to find very interesting. What we might do is take it outside, because I'd rather take it outside and have you all look at it like when it's not in here. It's some sort of old bed. And when I say old, I think it's like really old. So this is what it looks like in here. There's some writing on the back of this mirror that is interesting. So let me go ahead and bring it out. Check that out. That's old.
Yeah.
It is a movable mirror. So the mirror, I think, actually moves. But look at the hardware on the back of it. What does that say?
With care.
Solid wood, all old. Now see, these have been replaced, but it has one of the old slot heads there.
Forever lay.
With care for
J? I don't know.
Well, you got to look at it. It is And it's so heavy. And it's solid, some sort of wood. Let's put this over here, maybe. You might want to get the old Googler lens out. So that is the footboard to it. All right, so this is the inside of the bed. This is the outside of the bed. But the headboard part.
Well, the wood detail is really neat in there. And it's definitely heavy.
So you don't think it's old?
I think it's old.
Do you? I'm trying to find.
I don't understand why it's so tall. I guess it's the way they made them back then.
Could be.
Because it definitely looks like a.
See, it's
like
saying
single.
tiger wood. I don't know if that's true or not. So it has this cool carving in it that I tried to Google lens it, and I don't know if it's going to work. So we'll have to do more research on this. I think this is a true actual antique because of, like, look at the fittings and stuff down here. That's all super old. Like, you don't, people that are trying to make stuff look old, they don't even do that. They don't use those screws. And the wear on it is a lot. And I don't understand where that goes.
There must have been like a dresser.
Yeah, sadly we do not have the dresser part. But the mirror, I mean, that mirror alone might go for a couple $100.
Yeah.
And then you have the
That is a neat
sideboards. So I don't know. What are you thinking? You think we should try to research it and marketplace it?
Yeah, we could.
And then, I mean, you're the furniture guru.
I mean, it is like pretty scratched up,
But that's the,
but somebody could restore it
oh yeah.
if it's, you know, worth that much. Because there's a lot of people out there that would do that. I mean, I don't have the time to do that, but some people do. That mirror is really nice. We could definitely do the mirror separate, or we could, I guess, do it together if it went together.
Yeah, it definitely goes together because it's the same thing. I don't know, but I'm thinking 500 on the low end, I would think. I bet you get 400 for that and $100 for that. All right, I don't know if you can see, so we might have to bring all this stuff out. These are packed full. In the first video, we did tell you that we own these. They were not in there.
Right.
So deduct that from, hey, look at this stuff. Okay, this is a little bit better. Tape measure, that's nice. And then you do have, the cord is good. This is a very beat up Milwaukee. This should be a hammer drill because it has a switch on there. Oh, man, that switch, no, that's a speed. It's only got 2 speeds. It's a pretty big drill, just speed drill. So it's probably like a 1/2 inch or whatever. And then this is like a hand, gosh, this is destroyed. Oh,
Makita?
it is a Makita. Every time I hear the word Makita, it actually has a big hole in it. That's not supposed to be there. I think it's missing, its giblets are hanging out. So, Bumblebee tuna.
Every time you hear Makita, what?
Every time I hear Makita, I think of Twister. For Wakita. I know. Got some Bosch. Now, like all the blades, if they're new, I'm keeping them because blades nowadays are $20 to $30. Oh. Beep, 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 beep. Stud finder. Never gets old. Then you have a little roto zip guy. These are always come in handy. Do some roto zipping. And then what do we think we have in here? I'm gonna say some
Bolts
sort of
and things.
bolts and things. It's gotta be bolts and things.
I don't know.
Hole saws. Okay, I don't have a whole bunch of hole saws, so now I own every hole saw I ever need in my life. So that's solid. I did keep some stuff. Some stuff we're trying to give away, and then the rest of the good stuff we'll try to sell. Let me switch this one around like this. See what we got going on in here. Dad did most of these bins because we worked together as one. Looks like a little radiator guy. I mean, just the amount. There's a pillow. Good. I was getting tired. I could take a nap here. Not seeing anything in here worth nothing, right? Saw blade, or really crazy frisbee with your friends. You're only gonna play once or twice. Probably because somebody's gonna get tetanus. Don't do that, kids. I was just kidding. This right here is actually worth some decent money. I've sold one of these before. It's some sort of like adjustable saw blade, and I've sold them for like 30 or 40 bucks, I'm pretty sure. So I'll Googler lens that bad boy and throw up a sold comp. It is literally just, yeah, nothing else in there. Wait, what is this handle? Just a handle. So, all right, well, you got a saw blade for 30 bucks. I've seen worse. The only good thing about this locker is it's not dirty. Like, it's not, like nasty. There's a difference between like rust and like shop dirt rather than like gross food and stuff like that what we find in other lockers. Yeah. Like this is just dirt. Like it's not like terrible. Yeah, because why else wouldn't you have a whole bunch of these? Yeah, that's we can just, some days this is all I want to do. Just flip that brake or just start over. That's what this is. I could be like, oh, I can make myself Iron Man. Look. There you go. They're the things that go in your house for the breaker thingamajiggies. And the thing is, I don't think you can sell them. Because how would you know if they worked or not? This steel is actually our steel that was in the trailer already. Miter boxes, not worth a whole bunch of money. What's in the blue? Yeah.
Hose.
What do we got in here? Do we need a nozzle? I bet you none of them's got the gaskets. I bet you all of these are just gasketless and all leak. You know the ones where you're holding it and it's leaking down your arm? You know those? That's what this is. So, I'm not being negative. I don't know what that is. So that's probably not worth a whole bunch. We'll see if any of them work. Yesterday when I was going through this, I did 6 hours of going through. Danger, cut your finger off. All right, watch out for that. You got a hose here, probably for some sort of AC or some sort of line, I'm assuming. Now this, I actually need one of these. You wouldn't believe it, but I need one to oil, does it work? Some type of goose coming out of that. To oil my hydraulic line things for the jacks that I bought. So I want to keep that, clean it out, and then that'll be mine. And then these are just drill bits, some big boy drill bits. We'll look at them. Drill bits now are expensive. Like, so if we can salvage them, I mean, drill bits now are $20 to $30 a piece. Same with big saw blades. Like this saw blade, worthless. That's actually not that bad looking, very rusted. This one's nice. I don't have a saw big enough for that. I don't think I have a chop saw or miter saw. We'll keep that one though. All saw blades, this is a 12-inch general purpose. Okay, so it's not like any type of finished work. So that's not bad to have. And then you got Hitachi. Okay, so now you're getting into, we spent, because we were doing metal work, me and my dad, we spent $100 on a saw blade the other day. Yeah, so saw blades are expensive. It all depends on which saw blade you're using. This is finish and trim work. So, I mean, these are actually good. Not so much good to sell, but good to have if you're doing stuff around the house. Grease gun, I already have a grease gun. He was really greasing stuff. This is an air grease gun. Air goes in, grease comes out. You got some metal here, probably not worth a whole bunch. You got a tire, solid. That's a good looking tire. So you got some engine degreaser, which is nice down here. A half of a ratchet strap. That's pretty cool. This stuff's always good to have. We'll keep all this because you always need to spray it on yourself after you go through a unit like this. You just spray it all over you. I actually have the same one. This is a torque wrench. Should be a big boy torque wrench. Yep. We'll probably, these are not super expensive. Actually, Pittsburgh stuff is getting more expensive. But if one of our people need one, we'll give this to somebody. You always need a torque wrench around the house. I'm serious. Torque things. You're very confused. You're like, why would somebody need a torque wrench? You always need a torque wrench. Torque to spec, you know? OEM, I just broke the case. This one just is a discount. Now that's pretty good. I don't need one. I have the exact same one at the house and it works perfectly fine. I would like to get a digital one, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's what the people say. There's just half of ratchet straps down there. Why would you take them all apart? Oh, you don't know either? I don't know. All right, look, there's a hot water heater. Nice.
Oh my.
I'm telling you, this thing had everything.
Yes.
All right, so we did have some. Oh man, these are all not good. The only one that might be good is this driving iron.
What about the ping underneath?
Right there. We'll see if that's a ping. I'm assuming that's not a ping. This driving iron is actually, I think, worth 20 or 30 bucks. These are all max flight. Now, if somebody wants, do you know anybody that's like getting into golf?
No.
No? Oh, but it is a ping. That's why you look. The G2 ping is usually $20, $30. So, and you want to make sure there's no dents or anything up there. Now, it is scratched, but there are no dents. So that's probably 30 bucks. This is probably 20 bucks. So right there, that's 50. The bag is a Callaway. Now these are very hard. Back in the day, you could sell these, but now because it's so expensive to ship heavy items, this is a weighted putter. It's for practicing. Feel how heavy that is compared to a regular putter. So this gets your swing down and stuff. There usually can go, and this one's in good condition. That's usually 15 bucks.
Why don't you practice with one that you're going to actually use?
It's something about they think like the muscles or something. I don't know. Listen,
Because I would get used to the weighted one.
Yeah.
And then
swing the other one harder.
a lighter one, and then it would be totally different.
It would be totally different.
That's
I
just
don't
my
know.
opinion.
That's just your opinion. Yep. This is a bag of teas. This is actually a really nice bag. It's got teas in it.
Teas.
Tea time. Watch yourself. Then you do have, all the zippers are broken. Every single pull is broke. So that's normal for this unit. Look, it's actually disintegrating in my hand. There's just dirt in this one.
What about the front one?
This one?
Yeah.
I'm laughing because what is the chances of that?
More tea time.
More tea times. There you go. That's a Ray Cook. What is that? I think it's probably cleans your clubs. I thought the easiest way to get in a bag is just rip the tops of them off. Oh, divot guys. These are divot. So when you're out there golfing, when you have a divot in the green, you push it under it, then you step on it, fixes the divot.
Huh.
You ever done that before?
No.
Now you know. So not a whole bunch there. If anybody wants to get into golf, it's a good starter. I mean, you could probably sell all the Max Flies and that bag as a starter on Facebook for 20 bucks, and it would probably sell for 20. All right. The Billy Club is worth like, I think $10. This one's neat. Is that brass and wood? What does that say? Stan Stolly Thomas?
Stan Thomason?
Stan Thomason. Some of these can be worth some money because it is a wood putter, right? With a brass bottom. And it's definitely an older club. Now, it doesn't have a wood shaft, but if it had a wood shaft, probably worth maybe a little bit more, maybe not. But this is an old club, so if this is some sort of collector's thing, it could be worth 50 to 300 bucks. If it's just Stan wasn't really a golfer and he just made one putter or whatever, it's probably not worth a whole bunch. So the Tour Edge right here looks like it should, bad grip. Even with a good grip, that one's not super expensive. And then this should be a Bullseye. No, this is just that's a fake one. That's why I ain't never seen one of those be fake. All right, this is a zebra putter. See how nice and shiny it is?
Ooh.
And then on the top, it looks like a zebra. These are usually worth 20 to 30 bucks. So this is not that bad. And this one's in overly good condition for what we're looking at. So that's pretty good. That's probably another, I would say 20 on the zebra putter. They ain't too shabby, and
It's got a zebra sock.
it's got a zebra sock. You go over there, zebra man. And then the rest of these kind of aren't. They're Wilsons. That's a TW something. They're not great. These were also up like 15 feet in the air on a high shelf. That's just tees. So, all right. That's not too terribly shabby. At least we're bringing back some money. There's one more in here that we'll bring out. One more. This one looks smaller, doesn't it? Covered them up too. Nah, all just very generic clubs. And people think that all golf clubs are worth money. They're just not. These are real beat. Like that's the wear from the shaft of it hitting another club. So not much really going on in here, honestly. This one, I don't even know if you could give these away for free because there's other better free ones out there on Facebook Marketplace. So, all right, if you come in here, I have no idea what this thing is. Do you know what that is?
You could hang stuff off of it.
you can definitely hang stuff off of it.
I don't know.
Now these,
They got it at Goodwill
did they really?
for $2.99.
$2.99.
Yeah.
Oh man, they knew what it was. They probably saw it and said, that's nice. This right here is the head to some sort of vehicle. So depending on what vehicle it is, it's made in Mexico and it was remanufactured. The worst thing is that's probably not the actual part number. I might bring this out and see if there's any stampings on it. Some of these can be worth a lot of money. I mean, depending on the engine, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cylinders on this side, so it's going to be to a V8. Depending on the engine, these things can be thousands of dollars, like thousands and thousands. Some of them, I mean, this has to be redone. Obviously, the person would have to get it, clean it, machine it, and do all that. Make sure, because I don't know if they're warped or anything. So you have to sell it just as like a head. I don't know. We'll have to take it out because there's two other ones. So what I'm going to do is go ahead. We're going to cut the camera, bring these outside, put them on something so y'all can see because they might be some real money makers. So inside these heads, there's usually casting numbers that you can easily see on this one right there. And it looks like that they are going to like a Hemi 5.7, actually same engine in the truck, just older, from the 90s, like 1999 to a certain date. That one's been remanufactured because it has a remanufactured sticker on the side. Sadly, they're not worth a whole bunch of money, of course, because why would they be? Like heads because I was looking at different heads for the Mustang, they're like $2,000. So I was like, oh, these might be worth some decent money. In this condition, they're going for like almost new for 550 bucks. How they sit here, maybe $250 a piece, and they might be a marketplace deal. So $250 a piece, we'll go ahead and say $750 for those. Like I said, because they've got to be gone through, cleaned up, they might be twisted, you just don't know. So people buying them, it's kind of like they're buying them for parts, just hopefully that they are not bad. This thing weighs an absolute ton. So we'll move this thing out of the way. Hey!
Hey!
That's actually nice. If that works, this is a nice welding mask. And me and Dad's been welding stuff. We've been doing metal gates around the property. That one's a little scratched up, but you can buy the glass. Remember Tractor Supply, we were looking at these? Mm-hmm. And they were, what, 150 to 250 bucks for decent welding masks? And see how this one inside has different, like, things that you can do? So what you'll do is like that's the shading and the delay. So whenever you hit it, it'll be like a quick delay or fast delay. So this one's actually probably pretty good. The Metal Man Auto Darkening. We'll make sure we'll replace the batteries, replaceable batteries. Hopefully they're not corroded. So this is where you can see, so you don't have to flip your mask up every time. So that's actually really nice. That is what we call a keeper. Now this is for you. Oh no, you're laughing, but you have no idea what you're gonna get yourself into. You're gonna be so excited with this. Do you know what it is yet?
It cuts stuff.
It doesn't cut. This is what you wanted all your life.
That's what I've wanted all my life.
Yep, and we've never bought you one, but now, honey, you got it.
A planner.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, didn't you always want one of these?
What is it?
It's where, for all your cedar wood, this is what makes them flat. Yeah. We'll just have to make sure that the blades and stuff on the inside are good, or whatever we got to do with it. This should move it up and down. So it's a 12-inch planer, which means I don't know if it means it's 12 inches this way. It says 15. No, 6. I have no idea.
What do I call it? A planer?
That's what it is.
Is it a planer or planer?
Planer, yeah. So, like, Kayla has all these cedar things that she kept that she wanted to do stuff with, right?
Yeah.
Like paint on them, but they're really, really rusty. They got saw marks in them. This is what you would need. We have a handheld planer that does not work. Like this, and even the setup here is not too shabby, honestly. Like, this is not that bad. So you'll just plug her in, beep, bop, boop, and then you shove the wood through, and you keep doing that, and it makes it flat. This is good. This is a good thing to do outside, because this throws so much. Just needs a little bit of oil on her. But this right here, put that in your she shed.
Where's my she shed?
Right here. Also in your she shed, you can have a light. All right, that's a big piece of wire. Everything over here is pretty much junk, so we won't look at that.
Other than our steel.
Yeah, that's our steel, yeah. If you don't follow us on the Flip Squad, me and Dad are making gates for the house.
That's a nice light.
This light right here is so heavy. It's got a cast iron base to it. All right. Cast iron base.
Reminds me of like a dentist office.
That's exactly what it is.
Is it really?
Yep. It's from the company Burton. And Burton makes high-end dentistry and lights for surgery. Now, Burton's new lights are worth $10,000. I already looked them up. Spoiler alert. This light is a vintage one. Now, we have to see if it works, but they're online the reason why I looked it up, I would never have really looked it up, is Dad was super excited about it. I think you probably get $300-400 for this light. I think it would be awesome as like a prop to like a Halloween thing or like something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like old looking and stuff. So this might be worth some, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I would not try to ship this. Dad says that he could ship this so I might give it to him to sell on eBay. He can ship it. That's a cast iron bottom though. I mean, she is planted on the ground. She's not planted that well. But isn't that neat? That is a really cool little thing to find.
Hey, we can exercise with that thing.
Yeah, flip this thing around. Good that this does not have the rim on it, because we can take it to our local thing up the road because they do take tires. You cannot throw tires in the dumpster. That is one thing that you cannot throw in the dumpster. So this right here is going to go over yonder. And you can give tires away for free on Facebook Marketplace. So that might be a freebie, or we can get rid of it, throw it away. All right, what do we got in here? I know it's probably a little dark in here. That thing is beat up. I just don't understand how.
He ate a lot of Pringles.
He ate so many of these Lay's stacks. I mean, like a ton of them. Loved them. Loved them. This is empty. Completely empty.
And every time he ate them, he was probably like, man, this is going to be a good container.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like, this container is going to be the best container ever.
Hey, Erwin.
Erwin. All right. You have really old looking DeWalt's in here, but people still use these. These are the old stick batteries. This is probably worth $20, and the saw is probably worth $20. These are the ones in the best condition so far. So, that's not bad. We've seen worse things in here, for sure. All right. This thing, what is that dog barking about? Nobody knows. He says, I want to be on camera. All right, in here, you got just random nuts and bolts and
another stack can.
And another stack can. I mean, there's so many nuts and bolts in here. Just full of nuts and bolts. That's what we're working with. These peanut butter jars? No, Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese.
He went Parmesan cheese on that one. All He retrofitted a shop vac for a bucket. Is that a bucket or is that a real shop vac? No, that's in, what's that word?
Inventive.
Inventive. That's real inventive. All right, we got some more tires in here. Also did like the Tide Pods. Big fan of Tide Pods. You think he ate those too?
I hope not.
No. People were doing that, weren't they, back in the day?
We know what happened to Rusty.
So there's just tires and wheels in here. Oh my. That's it. That's all you're working with. Car dolly, motorcycle jack.
Is that grass?
This is turf. Like turf. We had to do that because see this gigantic generator back here?
Yeah.
She's leaking oil. So we didn't want to get oil on the nice. Oh man, this is scary. What do you think's in here? Whatever it is has not been opened in 35,000 years.
Oh no. Vacuum hose.
Let's do a rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all these are rainbow. No, that's not. Why would it be? Okay, well, one's a rainbow. Rainbow attachments do go for like 20 bucks a piece, but you only got one, so it's probably only 20 bucks. Very light saw here, probably not worth a whole bunch. It's a miter saw. They're cool to have for just around the house. What type is it? Black & Decker miter saw, so not worth a whole bunch. Oh gosh. We might have to take this outside because I can't see nothing and I don't want to dig my hand in this. What am I looking at? It's like a... It's just a pump. Yeah.
A rusty pump.
Just old rusty pump. Oh, rusty pump. Found a jack and a Jill. Look at this mess we got going on in here. Feast your eyes on this thing. That's a big old table saw, huge. I'll tell you what's the nicest part about this table saw is probably not so much the table saw itself, but it's this really nice, is it janky? No. This should come out.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's missing. Yeah, it's the stand to it.
My dad has one of those.
Who does?
My dad has a stand like that.
Does he have a table saw attached to it?
Yeah.
Huh. Huh. Well, call him up. Tell me how you use it.
I think that flips up.
Something's flipping here.
Yeah.
Huh. That's never coming back. Huh. Maybe I'll hold you like this. Huh. That can't be right. Oh, we got it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not.
We have ourselves. Now,
My dad was definitely not like that.
you have to really be a professional to use this because while it looks dangerous, this is what they, this is how they did it. Just, you know? So that's cool. That's probably worth a couple $100. You know, use at your own risk.
Definitely not how it goes.
That's it. All right, look at this mess we got going on back here. We do have a little guy here. Paint sprayers. Or paint guns. Some paint guns are worth a lot of money, depending on what the make is. This one feels a little bit, I don't know. We'd have to look them up. I'm not 100% sure on those. So this 5,000 watts, I'm going to see if I can give it away for free on Marketplace. Because it's leaking oil. We'll bring it outside later. It's super heavy. We'll put it on these car dollies. These are actually car dollies. So that's pretty nice. You can push the Mustang. But you only got two. That's part of the saw. So we have to add that back to that. And then we're running out of things, sadly. I mean, just so much of that. Just oils and stuff. That's something. So what I'm trying to do is there are massive tires in here, right? See them right here? These things are big old truck tires. This one ain't got no wind in it. She's flatter than anything. But these go to a Dodge. Come here, Mr. Tire. These are them. Remember them when they came out with these 20s? And it was like the biggest thing in the world. Like, oh my goodness. See, these are in pretty rough condition. Either we got to get the rim off the tire, which is going to be very difficult, or we're going to give these things away for free. So if we give them away for free, somebody could definitely refinish them. I don't know how much those rims go for, or tires. It's got a flat spot on it. Oh, another flat spot. 2 flat spots. There is another tire back here. So whatever those rims are worth, just times that by 2. So probably that rim would be worth freebie. It looks exactly the same. And then you do have just all this general malarkey here. There are fishing rods back here.
Hey, there's a rake. I needed a new rake.
Do you? Mm-hmm. You got one right there. You want a metal rake or a...
No, I like those rakes.
You like those rakes? Mm-hmm. All right, we might have to cut the camera for half a sec, or this might just fall over and I can pick everything up. Oh, just don't break it. Whoa. Ooh. Watch yourself. Watch yourself, buddy. There's no way to get to those fishing rods, so we're going to have to go ahead, cut the camera, remove all of this malarkey, and check out those fishing rods. We are back after we have fought the stuff inside there. Oh, we forgot we have a water heater in there. We got to move that thing. But the rods are not terrible. This one is some custom made rod, 5.5, and it does have a Penn reel on it. These Penn reels in this condition most likely are not going to go for a ton of money. Maybe 30 bucks, maybe 40 bucks, depending. But he was catching something huge with that thing, but definitely a custom rod. You can tell it's got no name on it and just tells you what it is. So it just says fiberglass 5.5. So, and it looks like it's custom made. So I don't know exactly how much you can sell that for. Maybe 30, 40 bucks for all that. This one is a Shakespeare. Not a lot of money in the rod or the reel on this one. It is an offshore reel, but I mean rod. And then you do have this rod and reel, Senator Big Game. I think this is another Penn. Yep, 3.0 Penn, so probably 20 bucks. Very old custom built rod here. Not worth a ton. Either maybe 20 bucks at a yard sale. And then this one is the nicest rod, I think. Very nice Penn. The CV701H. It does have 2 broken ceramic tips up here, but you can go ahead and replace those. And it's got some sort of Shimano on it, I'm pretty sure. Is that a Shimano? No, Tsunami. That's even worse than a Shimano. The reel is trash. Uh-oh, so is the rod. The rod has separated the lot from its thing. So not a whole bunch going on there, kind of like the rest of the locker. This locker really is what storage units sometimes you get. We spent $1,900 on this locker. We'll be scraping to get $1,900 back from this locker, and we're gonna have to part out stuff, and the amount of time it took to load this and unload and go through everything is just very, very time consuming. So not every one you hit gold and stuff or artifacts or expensive stuff. A lot of the times it is like this, and this one, it looked really good. It looked like a shop. I mean, even if one of those were full of Mac tools, we would have made a fortune, right? Mm-hmm. But all of it was full of tiny wound wires, which is absolutely insane. But that is the life of storage unit buying, you know what I'm saying? So it's not terrible. We just got a lot to clean up. We got a lot to part out. We got a lot to figure out how to get rid of some of this stuff, which is gonna be difficult. But we're gonna go ahead, but Kayla does have a planer. I mean, is it that bad? Look at that thing. You can go plane your cedar wood now. So all of our links are down below, Whatnot, eBay, and our other channel called The Flip Squad, where we are doing house projects now. The weather's nice and cool. Dad's coming out. We're putting gates up, new fences. We got a lot going on for the house. We do appreciate everybody watching. Remember, if you're not subscribed, comment down below, like the video. You know, I will always catch you. I don't want to hit this too hard. On the next one, somebody go give that dog a bone. I think he's hungry or something.